Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday Mindset and Meditation Calls. Very exciting. And today, I've been stoked about this call because this is a man who I find incredible. He has absolutely no excuses, or he could use every excuse, but he managed to make himself a multimillionaire from the absolute, you'll see what I mean. So some of you might have heard of Nick Santornasso before. So he is a man who was born without legs and with only one arm. Can everyone hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Cool. And he was a guest speaker on the Tony Robbins training on day 4. And it literally blew my mind. So what he says is a poor mindset is your biggest disability. This guy has no legs and one arm, and he's a bodybuilder, a wrestler, and a multimillionaire and a coach. So it was just mind blowing. Okay, so the first thing I want to do with you guys is share a video of him. Just close your eyes and just listen to the words of this man, because it's mind blowing.
My whole life, there was always that the other people putting limiting beliefs on me or putting their limits on me. Like from the moment I was born, the doctors handed over a list to my parents. Were like, Mr. and Mrs. Santornasso, your son survived the super crazy thing, but here's all the things he won't be able to do. And, you know, my parents threw that list out and they weren't going to let other people put limitations on me. And so they always just were firm believers, like, Nick, you can do whatever you want. You know, your mindset is the biggest superpower. And they always engraved that into me. And so, you know, I told these people, I said, you're right. I'm not going to become a wrestler. I'm going to be a varsity wrestler, and you're kind of going to watch, and I'm going to try my best. And that was always my thing, is like, as long as I try my best, as long as I attempt it, then, you know, that's not failing. Because there's a lot of people in life, whether it's in their personal life or in their business life, and they sit on the sideline and like, man, I don't have the resources. I can't build a business, or I'm not old enough. I don't have the knowledge, or I'm too old that I can't build a business. And I always tell people, I'd much rather be in the trenches. I'd much rather be on the field than sitting on the sideline wasting time and thinking, man, I can't do that. So my whole view of life is like, I would try everything. My thing is like, why not? You know, I'm just going to try everything. And like we said before, like, I know everything's going to be hard. And I feel like when, like, even now kids or some people, if they quit because things are hard, they just haven't done uncomfortable things enough. They haven't got out of their comfort zone enough and experienced, you know, what that discomfort is. And so now for me, it's just, I know everything's going to be challenging. And like the Camp on How thing, like people say, you know, maybe mindset mumbo jumbo, but like the majority of not only entrepreneurs, but human beings, like we start off with can't. Like the majority of people are like, oh, you can't do this because this, and this. And it's like, humans are very disempowering creatures. Like if we don't catch our thoughts, if we don't catch our patterns, if we don't catch the things that come out of our mouth, if they're negative, like we need to switch that. And so now me, like my guys, everything is how. Like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to, you know, get through this problem? And let's reverse engineer everything. And so if I just want people to realize, like, they have everything inside of them to do whatever they need to do. You know, over the 23 years of my life, I've realized that it's not this physical body. You know, people can see me on the street and be like, wow, look how disabled that guy is. And I'm like, have you seen your mindset?
Bear with me with Solution Finders. This could be
like, have you seen the way you operate? Like, have you seen the way that you react to situations that you're pissed off in traffic, that you think the world is happening to you? Like, I'm not disabled. Like, you're handicapped. And to let people know that, like, the biggest and baddest people are handicapped and crippled by the limiting beliefs, the things that they tell themselves. And that's why I say the biggest disability is a bad mindset. It's not this body. Like, realizing, like, you know the saying, the world's happening for you and not to you. But like, my whole thing is like the victim mentality. Like, I went from victim to victor, realizing like we can play off of every situation. Like right now we're floating through plain energy, and like someone comes up to you and calls you a name, like it's up to you whether you react in a negative way or a positive way. And like, people are pissed off that they're in traffic, but you realize that you woke up today and you're breathing. And so I say, start little. You know, say that is, I'm going to wake up 15 minutes earlier this whole week, and you do it, boom, like, great job. Or I'm gonna do yoga, or I'm gonna go to the gym, you know, this amount of times, or I'm gonna eat healthy. Whatever those little goals are for you, start little, and then work your way up. Because like, humans love the feeling of progress. And I've realized, looking back at my days, like my lowest days, my most like darkest days, are the days where like I'm sitting around too long and I'm not doing much. I'm not moving the needle forward in any area of my life. I'm kind of being like a bum. And so I always tell people, it's a good thing I have one finger, the one finger technique. And that is doing one thing today that you know is going to evolve you to a better human being. And that could be a big thing, but it could be a small thing too. Like, knowledge. Like it could be, I read 10 pages of a book today and I evolved. You know, I learned a little bit more than I did today, or I asked that question, I learned something. Like people need to start small, whatever area you're at in your life, but just start small. So I would tell people to set these little micro goals, and just commit. And then like every time you commit and you don't follow through, you're diminishing yourself, like your self-integrity, the value. Like, how do you value yourself? Like, how do you want to show up? Like, do you want to, like, if I told you I was going to show up here and I didn't show up here, like, that's terrible. Like, I just diminished not only my self-integrity with myself, but with you as well, my word. And so like, if we're viewing ourselves as the most important thing, we're like our body, our temple, like, don't diminish your self-value. If you say you're going to commit to something, follow through. And I promise you, you can feel so much better on the other side because you followed through. You're like, wow, I actually did what I said I was going to do. Like, oh my God, it's amazing. You know, Nelson Mandela has this quote, in life, I don't lose, I only win or learn. Like if people can realize, like so many people think like they've lost, but like if you just pull one piece of information that's good, whether it's a different perspective, extracting knowledge, a different way to go about life, a different way to not fall on your face, like that's winning. Like I just want people to continuously be the victors of their life and realize that life is all about perspective. The lens we look through, you know, like you can have that victim, you can look at things and be the victim, or you can look at things and see all the positive in the world. And the fact that we're literally spinning on a rock in the universe. Well, we call it the universe. We don't really know what it is, but we're literally spinning on a rock right now. And we have the ability to be conscious and experience the human experience, which is wild. And so that's how I want to shift people's perspective, is realizing like, man, this guy's got no legs and one arm, but he's doing all these amazing things, and letting people know like you have everything inside of you to do whatever you need, but you need to get this right. Your operating system, your computer system, through the simulation that we live in, whatever it may be.
Right? Chills. This guy is insane. I'm just going to share my screen. I hope that you guys got some value. I even wrote notes from that. So this man, Nick, he's absolutely wonderful. A poor mindset is your biggest disability. He let nothing stop him. Nothing stop him. And a little bit about him. He doesn't know limits. He's an entrepreneur, bodybuilder, model, and internet sensation. He's 22 years old. He's an inspirational speaker. He's taken the stage with Tony Robbins. I just saw him speak on Tony Robbins. And he's self-made millionaire. He was born with no legs and one arm. Just to put it into perspective, when we get into victim mindset, what is possible? This is to empower us. And so I'd like to share a little bit of what Nick talked about on the Tony call. So get ready to take some notes, because I was in floods of tears. I couldn't believe this guy. All the things that you have to do are actually privileges. You know, we say, I have to build a business. I have to go to the gym. I have to take calls. And he says, but change it to, I get to. He says, I don't get to do a lot of the things that you guys take for granted. So instead, let's spin it. Let's spin this from I have to, oh, I have to do this. I have to pay my bills. I get to pay my bills because I have a home. That is changing the spin on things. So it's all about your perception on things. I get to. He says, how dare we not take advantage of this human experience? How dare we? We get to explore life in this human body. This will change your life. If you get to explore life in this body, it will change your life. When he was at school, and he said to his mom and dad, I want to be a wrestler. Someone in his class said, oh my God, I can't wrestle a cripple. But he'd never heard the word cripple before. He didn't know what it meant. He was like, I'm a what? And you know what? He became the best wrestler in his school. He has no legs. He was like, Mom and Dad, I'm going to do it. He always had that mindset. It's amazing. He commits every day to 45 minutes of movement, meditation, 25 pages of a book, and he goes to water. He makes this a daily non-negotiable. A daily non-negotiable, and uses them like guardrails. So I want to talk a little bit about daily non-negotiables. What daily non-negotiables do you commit to, or are you going to commit to today? It's 1:11 right now as we're speaking. What can you commit to make your life that little bit better? I'll tell you about what our commitments are. We have an alarm clock that goes off at 6 a.m. every single morning. We pull on our clothes, we get our meditations ready, and we go down to the beach. We sit on that beach and we meditate until the sun rises. And then we just sit in awe at our life, and we journal. And then we go straight to the gym, straight to the sauna, straight home for superfoods, and we work every single day. And it's made a huge improvement in just 4 days. This is what he's talking about. You've got to come up with some daily non-negotiables. The growth comes from lifting the weight you don't want to lift. To put it in gym terms, right? You're looking at this weight like, hell no, that's going to hurt me. But that's where the growth comes from. And you feel so good when you do it. You feel so good when you do it. You're always one person, one handshake, and one high five away from a whole new life. One person could be the difference between you and a whole new life. So if we continue to hold on to these daily non-negotiables, come into every day with this amazing mindset of gratitude and of, oh my God, I have all my limbs. I have all of this ability. Why are you not doing it? We've got a responsibility to do it, and it goes into business. It goes into business too. Instead of the how, I love that he said this, instead of the how, ask for the who. Who can help me get to the top? Surround yourself by people who inspire me and are going there. So instead of thinking, oh, how am I going to get a crown? Eric's crown, I'm going to surround myself by people like Eric, by Alison and Jared, by the people running, watch them, listen to their mentorship, take on everything that they say. So then I don't have a why or a how am I going to get there, but a who is going to help me get there. The who is what's important. Look who he surrounds himself with and how he got there. The who, we're all going to focus on the who. I'm just going to look at the chat. Amazing. Oh, I just love that you're all so inspired by this, and I'm so grateful I get to share. Right, so non-negotiables, follow through on your promises to yourself. If you break your promises unconsciously, you diminish self-integrity, word, and work ethic. It's a huge issue. If you break one promise to yourself, it's easier to break another one. So choose some things you can do every day, even if they're little, and stick to them. It will change your life. And this is what he swears by. You don't want to diminish your self-integrity, word, and work ethic by breaking promises. So make sure they're things that you can keep. When we keep to our daily non-negotiables, though, on the positive side, the how comes. That's how the how comes. We know what we want, but we mustn't focus on how. The how comes when we stick to the negotiables. We focus on taking care of us and use that energy and self-love to attract and not to chase. The how comes when you keep promises to yourself. Ash says, I think it's been hard for me because of my past trauma and not having a daily support system, but that's a belief too. You see, like everyone has past trauma. We all have trauma, but we can alchemize that trauma into more ammunition to help us grow and to help more people. It's how we look at our traumas.
You've got 2 legs and 2 arms.
We've got 2 legs and 2 arms. Look at the trauma that guy would have gone through at school. And he just flipped it. He's the most positive guy I've ever heard of. So this is why we have the mindset calls, to get out of the victim mindset, because that's not going to help us get anywhere. I just want to scroll down a little bit. So there's some words that we can use in our business that I think are beautiful. I just want you to experience it. I can't wait for you to experience these products. This is verbiage training from Tony Robbins. Now I use it all the time. I'm so excited for you to experience these foods. I'm so excited for you to experience this lifestyle, this community, this way of living. What a beautiful word, experience. We market through the heart and through our integrity. That's how we market. That's how we build. We're heart-centered entrepreneurs. So we're excited for people to experience it. Confidence, certainty, self-belief, and self-work come down to you doing what you say you're going to do. If you are a leader and you have a team and you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, your team will lose trust in you. As a leader, we have to have absolute integrity in what we're going to do. And that's how we build confidence, certainty, self-belief, and self-work within ourselves. Eric on this call, Eric would have done this from day one. He sticks to things. That's why he is the leader that he is today, because I don't know anyone with more integrity than Eric right now. Like, he always shows up. He's always there. He has no excuses. So follow the leader. That's the clue. We must be solution orientated. And like I said, market through the heart and service. I just want you to experience it. And another mindset tip, and a lot of it, we talk about this a lot. This is awesome. Love what you do so much that you feel bad if people don't get period. I got so excited I can't even spell. It's a disservice for them not to have it. Like, they need this, like they need oxygen. I have to share this, like I need to drink water. It's so important that we share this mission. If any of you guys were on the Products and Passion call last night with Dave, If you haven't watched it, watch it, because it is insane what this company is doing. It's the solution to pretty much all of the issues on earth right now. So watch the tools, really ground yourself and know that you are with the solution here. Make sure that people get this. Make it your driving force. It's so exciting. Go down. So the quality of life, your quality of life comes down to the questions you ask yourself on a daily basis. So I'm going to get into this section now. You're never going to make more money than you think you're worth. That hit me. You're never going to make more money than you think you're worth. So if you have low self-esteem, you're not going to make the money. You're going to match your money. Someone not on mute. I'm just going to mute you guys just because there's a little bit of background noise. That really hit me. You're never going to make more money than you think you're worth. So think about investment. To make, if you've got low self-worth, if you're scared, you're never gonna.
You're back.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. Mexico Wi-Fi.
That's exciting. Congratulations.
Okay, sorry guys. We'll get back to it now. Okay, so mindset is key. Think about it. I'm just gonna ask everyone to unmute again. Mute yourselves again. Mindset is key. So you're never gonna make more than you think you're worth. So I came into this with poverty mindset and victim mindset because that's all I've known. I grew up with it. My parents passed that down to me. I have all these beliefs. So I've invested in coaches, EFT, hypnosis, therapists, courses, plant medicine ceremonies, and I do daily shadow work. Like, how much are you willing to invest into yourself? It doesn't even need to be paid. You can watch coaches for free online to overcome these beliefs. And that's what this call is. This call is helping you to like think about the beliefs that you hold about yourself and think about them in a different way. They're not going to serve you in getting to where you want to be. So what are you willing to sacrifice to get to the next level? It's an interesting question. What are you willing to sacrifice? What do you need to let go of that can mean? Is it a relationship? Is it friendships? Is it a place? Is it belief systems that are no longer all of these things, there are always things that we can let go of. Is it the need to procrastinate? Is it the need to, you have to go deep with this. Do you really think that you can make it to the top? Yesterday I had hypnosis session and I was going through it and I was like, I'm going to get to the top. And then dig. Turns out I didn't believe it. I was like, oh, maybe I don't think I can do that. And I was like, I thought that I got it. And luckily I had the work done and now it's absolutely solid, like absolutely unstoppable. If anyone said anything to me, I could punch them in the face. Like, I'm going to get to the top. So all these things you can do, but you have to get really clear on what's holding you back from getting where you want to be. You have to get real with yourself. What is holding you back? What are you holding on to? The past remnants of your old self that's stopping you exploding into who you need to be. Because we hold on to things for comfort and for fear and all kinds of reasons.
Face those demons, baby.
Face those demons. So, this is important that we think about questions. The quality of questions that you ask yourself on a daily basis are the quality of the life that you're going to have. So things like, what did I learn from that experience? What did I gain from it? Even if it's the worst thing that you could ever imagine just happened to you, for you, not to you, happened for you. What did I gain? What will I become because of this? Alice spelling of this. All these questions, quality questions to things. Okay. And it's important that, so what are we willing to sacrifice? And also the quality of the questions we ask are conducive to the quality of the life that you're going to live and your expansion in this. So now I want to take us to some questions that Eric Misch actually asked Chloe and myself the other day on a call that we had with him. And I just thought they were so good. So I wanted to share them with you guys on this call. I want you to think about this honestly. When I work my business, how does it make me feel? You can start writing. When I work my business, how does it make me feel? You can be honest. Do you feel excited? Do you feel stunted? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel passionate? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel like you're growing? Do you feel like you're not doing the work you should be doing, but you're just kind of like going with it? This is a really important question. It's important to gauge how you feel, because in previous calls about Tony Robbins, we talked about the emotional scale. You've got to figure out where you are emotionally. And if you're doing your work when behind you, like, this sucks, this feels like work, I hate it, this isn't fun, I don't enjoy this because it's so uncomfortable, that's an invitation for you to explore your beliefs and figure out why that, for one, and for two, how you can figure out the solution to make it fun, because this is supposed to be fun. It's fun when you're doing it right and you're following the tools and you're getting on the calls and you're growing and you're learning and you're reading the books and you're expanding. Then it's super fun. Happy, overwhelmed, confused. Yeah, very normal. When feel free, everyone, to comment in the box. When I started, I was happy, overwhelmed, and confused, but because I had such supreme leadership, I did what I was told. I was very independent, very immediately, pretty much straight away. I listened to back calls. I read all the books. I started inviting people. I had quick success because I didn't even allow for 1 second my mind to stop this. My mind I went, goodbye. I'm going to be an absolute crown immediately. I caught the vision. Nervous and excited. Contrasting, but it's nervous energy can be anxious or excited energy. So it sounds like it's excited energy for you, Ingrid, which is good. The anticipation of knowing where you're going. Making it fun. Good. Yes. Making it fun. How do you feel? Like, how does you can sit and like even feel in your body, like when you're working, how do you feel? There were times where I felt like not good enough or unworthy or stuck, like I couldn't move forward. And then I was like, it's up to me. I get to figure out how to make myself feel good about this again. And the routines that I was talking about earlier help that, the channels open for that creativity to flow again. So an Eric question, when I work my business, how does it make me feel?
Free.
Growing out of what's comfortable. Yes, that's it. Can't be comfortable. It's not, comfortable means that it's known, and where we are now obviously isn't where we want to be, or we wouldn't be here trying to better ourselves. We've got to move into uncomfortability. That's where our growth is. Okay, so the second question. Oh, what do I shy away from? This was triggering for me. I was like, I don't want to talk about that, because I know what I shied away from, and then I answered this and it helped me fix that. What do I shy away from? Is it prospecting? Sometimes I had a bout of just making amazing content and realized that I wasn't prospecting, and I was just making amazing content to make me feel like I was working, but really I wasn't working because I was just making content. We've all fallen into that trap. So what do you shy away from? It's hard sometimes to hold yourself accountable. That's why we have each other. And what kind of a belief are you telling yourself? It's hard to hold myself accountable. I delete that. I hold myself accountable every day, and I do it with joy because I know I can do this. I can't, don't work over here. There's no such thing. Your body doesn't actually understand the word can't. It's like, what even is that? So we get to twist that into something that's amazing. I'm learning how to hold myself accountable. I hold myself accountable every day. I'm learning what it feels like to hold myself accountable. I'm accountable for my actions. That's so much more empowering. And if you still find that hard, get an accountability partner. I have these girls kicking my butt every day. But even when I didn't live with them, Alison was my accountability partner. I asked her, I said, Alison, I've got these really big goals. Is it okay if I check in with you now and again? Because I'm nervous, they're really big, but I want to do it. And I want to make sure I do what I say I'm going to do. She's like, absolutely. You have an amazing upline, my love, Mel. You can get Nix to hold you accountable. If we do it together, we grow, but we need to get out of the mindset of can't, I'm not good enough, victim. It's not anything like that. It's not going to help us here. Ash, you can use Alison the way that I did. Alison's a really good accountability partner. There we go. That's a good limiting belief. Thank you for sharing that. I'm used to doing things alone. It's hard for me to ask for help. A lot of us self-sabotage that way. A lot of us go into isolation mode and we don't want help, and it's usually due to something that happened in the past. But here you get to open up and ask for help and show yourself, and when things get hard, do reach out. Reach out to people. Exactly. So you've realized that it's self-sabotaging you. It's not, so you're going to let that shit go and you're going to become the most personable person and speak to everyone and speak up. It's really cool. Accountability partners. So what do I shy away from? I hope you've all kind of pinpointed some things that you need to work on. This is a gift. Am I working or procrastinating? I touched on that before. Are you just doing posts and pretty content and going lives without doing the actual follow-up work? Are you inviting enough people to calls? Are you connecting people to your upline? That's not even work to me. It's so easy. I'm like, I feel good. It almost feels like not work because I'm like, I can't believe that this is all I've got to do. But truly, I trust Alison with my life. I get someone on a call with Alison, it's a done deal. You've got to have that level of trust with your upline. And if you don't, find another upline that you do trust to close. It's so easy. But the things that you find hard, the more you do it, the easier it will get. But if you stop doing them, they get hard again. That's the catch-22. If you take time off, suddenly it gets hard again. You're like, oh, I've forgotten how to speak to people. But we need to keep working. So what's the difference? Am I working or am I procrastinating? Yes, thank you. Be honest with yourselves. This is all going to help you get to that next level. Thank you, Eric, for these wise bits of questioning. Helped me a lot. See, notice the quality of these questions too. And Nick talks about the quality of the questions that you ask yourselves. These go a little bit deeper. Am I working or procrastinating? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Is reaching out to people enjoyable?
Yes.
Chloe, that was quick. But for everyone, maybe no. It could either be because you don't understand the verbiage, it's uncomfortable and you're not okay being uncomfortable. But usually it's because we don't know quite how. And that comes with practice. This is exactly why I've done so many trainings on verbiage. You can find them on my YouTube. Many verbiage trainings. I use the same key verbiage in every chat that I have with people, but I put my own flavor into it. I'm like this when I speak to anyone, totally unbothered. I love speaking to people and it's something that is trained. Still practicing. Curtis, you're doing so good. I heard some earlier. You've been working, and the good thing is Curtis is learning how to do it, but he is keeping up with Chloe the whole time. He's like, how should I respond? Is this good? And Chloe just gives him slight tweaks and there you go. We need to ask questions. And the more we reach out, the more enjoyable it gets, I promise you. It just gets more fun. At the beginning, it's super weird. And then it's like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing.
I know I used to send voice notes 6 months ago. I was absolutely petrified. Now look at
Look at her.
Yeah.
It's flying. And it just came with practice, right?
Yeah.
And now you're not bothered at all.
No, it just happens automatically. Subconsciously, I just start sending voice notes to people.
Chloe video.
I just wanted to add something.
Please.
That it just, at first it just feels like I'm wearing weird shoes and I have to like keep wearing them to like get used to them. But yeah.
Thank you for that. It's like wearing weird shoes. Reaching out to people is like wearing weird shoes. That's my favorite thing I've ever heard. Thank you, babe. That's beautiful. Because it is. We're not used to it. But now reaching out to people isn't because I want something from them. It's because in my mind, I want a genuine connection with them. And I know that what I have, they fucking need it. Everyone needs it. I don't care who you are. I'm offering you something that's going to change your life. This is the best thing and kindest thing I can ever do is reach out to you. And I know that because it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm so grateful that Alison reached out to me. That's how you know. Just gonna check the chat really quickly. Yes, high heels, yes. It takes time and practice, absolutely. We're all figuring it out, but don't quit. Don't quit when it gets hard, because when it gets hard is where the growth is happening. It's about to be a breakthrough, I promise you. Okay.
Breakdowns lead to breakthroughs, guys.
Thank you, yes, absolutely. And it doesn't get easier, it just gets different as you grow in this. There's different challenges and you just got to take it in your stride and be like Nick. Be like Nick is the phrase for today. Are you enjoying the process or only thinking about the destination? I talked about this last week. Are we enjoying the present and where we are and the journey of our business and the growth? Or are we just thinking about, I need to be crowned, why aren't I crowned yet? Am I crowned yet? Oh my God, what do I need to do? Because that is so blocking. We've got to enjoy the process. No comparisonitis, no comparing to others in their journey, because that is not even acceptable here. We don't do that. Everyone's completely different. And that helps us enjoy the process more. People are getting to crown in a year and you're not, be happy for them. Cool, their journey's different to ours. If it takes us 20 years, great, we'll inspire someone to go, I could do this in 20 years. Great, it doesn't matter. Diamond is coming to me at the perfect time. Yes, Ash, exactly. It's coming to you, you know it's there. You just take those action steps that feel inspired towards getting there. You become a master of this craft. We become professional network marketers. This is our business. We get to become professional network marketers. Eric Worre's GoPro, the holy grail. Trust the process and enjoy every step. Yes. And I promise when you get that first sale or you start to do that, it's like you've broken the zero and it's a floodgate. It's like, oh, it's open to everything. Are you enjoying the process or only thinking about the destination? So there's a lot about pressure. Who's putting pressure on you? I bet it's yourself. I put a lot of pressure on myself, but it's blocking. We don't need to do that. Amazing. So some other tips. We want to make every connection sacred. Every single connection. Before you speak to someone, notice your intention before you reach out to them. Notice you like, oh, I need to reply, or oh, I need to, how am I gonna sell something to them, or anything. Like, breathe and have a moment. This is a human being. I want to help this human being. How can I serve this human being? I can't wait to connect to this person. They're going to love what I'm about to say. I'm so great at what I do. What an honor it is for both of us to get to connect. Make every connection sacred. These are going to be your customers and brand partners for life. So build something solid and real. Focus on the amazing things you're already doing and already have, and you'll generate more of that law of attraction stuff. Focus on what you have today, all the blessings in your life. Even if it's really hard to find anything, find something. You have legs and arms, guys. You have legs and arms. Create an opposite of a to-do list. This is so good from Eric. Oh my God, we're going to call it an I've already done list. So at the end of the day, or as your day is going, you're going to write down things you've done towards your business. And by the end of the day, you're going to look and be like, oh my God, I'm so awesome. I've done so much today. Because sometimes in the throes of the day, we forget how much we're doing. We forget all of the work we've done, all the real work that we've done on our business and on ourselves. I mean, you can also add personal development in there. If you've done meditation today, or you read some amazing parts of a book that inspired you and it led you to write a post about it that got you a prospect. Damn, well done. So the more we can be appreciative of what we're doing instead of, we've got the general to-do list, like today, it's going to be really fun. I'm going to enjoy and experience doing these things. But what have you done at the end of the day? And you're like, oh, that's nice. So good. So I challenge you all to do that. I invite you to do that. So we can celebrate ourselves more and get less stuck in self-sabotage and comparisonitis, all those naughty things that we don't like. I love you all. Thank you for being here. And I'd like to open it just for a bit if anyone wants to share, if anyone's got any questions, anyone found any of this like difficult to understand or wants to talk about anything from here. This is a time where we can all talk mindset. I don't always want to take all the time with this, but how good was that video? Oh my God, that guy, he's amazing. I'll just, in case anyone wants to say anything, you're so welcome. Or in the chat. Pleasure, my love. Yes, pressure and expectations are both self-inflicted. It's like faith and fear, pressure and expectations. All these things are a choice. They're actually a choice.
Just a quick question.
Yes, babe.
Like, when you're on this process, do you ever get feel a level of like, I don't know, disappointment in how long it took you to get to this point. So I'm referring this to myself, like
Mhm.
I've gone through life and I've tried all kinds of different things, and then coming across this opportunity has made me think that, like, you know, why did it take me this long to get there, you know? And there was a level of disappointment, but I changed that around a bit. I just wanted to find out if I was the only person that had that kind of experience.
I'd love to speak to that quickly to flip it, but I'm sure everyone had a level of that. When I found this, I knew it was exactly the right time, because everything I'd ever done in my life until the point I found this was getting me ready for this moment. People are ready for this at different times. So we can flip the switch and be like, I've had all these years preparing myself to be a person who has enough knowledge, enough emotional intelligence, enough self-love and self-care and all of those things, who's been through enough to get me to the point where I'm going to be amazing at this business. We can't all come to this at 18. I didn't know what network marketing was before this, but you can flip this and be like, there are people starting this business in their 50s. It doesn't matter when you started, it matters that you have started, and count the blessings of all the life experiences you've had up until this point that got you here. Because I know your story, Curtis. You've been through a lot. And I believe that you're in exactly the right place at the right time when you met Chloe for this, and before you wouldn't have been ready. So of course we can spend time being disappointed that we didn't find it quicker, and oh, I could be a millionaire by now if I found it before, but trust the process, right? Relinquish the control of that and trust that you found it exactly when you're supposed to find it. That's more empowering. And then your story is more empowering to people. I found this at this age. I was not ready for this until now. And now I feel like everything in my life has built me up to this moment. And I'm so ready to serve, and I'm so ready for this. Do you see what I mean? But
Absolutely.
you're
Absolutely.
amazing. You're amazing. You're so inspiring, man. Like, and of course we all have stuff like that. We all have moments of what if and could have and should have, and but the more you work on mindset, the more you realize that they're all a gift for you to choose a different thought that feels better, because then you'll manifest more into your life. Did you want to speak to that? Sorry, I got you.
That was exactly how I felt, Kurt.
Is it?
I was pissed off. I was like, why have I never been shown this before?
Such an Aries.
Damn it, I'm an Aries. I want to be successful. I want all the money in the world. So I'm completely with you, but exactly what Alice said, and I believe that I needed, you know, the whole of the lockdown experience and everything to take the time to really work on my own healing before I was ready for this. So I know now that it's the right time, because my mental health was not at a point where I would have been able to handle this before. So I know that now, but I'm still like, oh, I wish I could have done it sooner. But now I'm like, no, it's okay. Divine timing.
Yeah. And one up from that, now that we have found it, we have zero excuses. We know what we have here. So we mustn't delay it any longer in procrastination and self-doubt and limiting beliefs that hold us back from launching into this 100 million%, because we all have experienced life before this. It's not what we wanted. It felt shit. I didn't even want to be on earth. I didn't know why I was here. I found Purium and I gave it everything, because it's been able to liberate me and give me everything that I dreamed of. And it didn't come without hardship or me having breakdowns or burnouts, but it did come with me realizing that if I wait, if I procrastinate, if I don't work on myself now, I'll get to the end much later than I could have if I do the work now. So this is a reminder, you're all here. You're all here right now. So why delay? Start now, like put 100% into this and watch how it takes off. Because a lot of us, you know, maybe we're 40% or dipping in and out or nearly 100%. But if you, I promise you, if you give this 100%, you are going to inspire so many people and you're going to get the dream life that you want so much quicker. We're here now. So even if we're annoyed we didn't get here before, now we are here. So there are no more excuses but to just run and go and just trip over ourselves and fuck up and say the wrong thing and do everything wrong, but it's all to learn. There are so many lessons in the fuck ups here, guys. Like it happens every day, every single day, but we're so lucky that we're here. This is everything that we could ever need. And I promise you that. So don't forget how lucky we are that we have aligned with this right now. don't like take that for granted if you have been. I mean, there are times I haven't done enough work and I've caught myself and been like, holy shit, what am I doing? This is everything I ever wanted. Put everything in now. Sacrifice some things now. Let go of the things you don't need now to put everything into this so that you can have everything you want in your future and enjoy the present while you're doing it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for
love
that.
you.
You're all awesome.
Yeah, you are, babe.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wouldn't have wanted this. Mike says I wouldn't have wanted this and felt so drawn in without going through what I did with him. Mhm, mhm.
And plus it's all a part of our story as well that we're sharing with people.
Yeah.
Right? So,
We all have a different story. I'm not Alison, I'm not Eric, I'm not Chloe, I'm not Rena. We're all different. So we must all just do our best. And it's different to someone else. Like, it doesn't matter. Our best could be something completely different, but it's our friggin' story. And it's my God, the gift we get to give ourselves of undoing that patterning that's keeping us small. That's the gift that this actually gives us. There's so much personal development work and mindset work here. And like Eric's been doing this 9 years, and we get to learn from the wisdom of people who are smashing it. So just be a sponge and just remember how lucky we are to be here. Ingrid, I saw you raise your hand and put it down. But yeah, in 15 minutes, we're all going to gather again in Chloe's room for a beautiful guided manifestation meditation. Bob Proctor.
All about abundance. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's take 15 minutes to grab a juice or just get comfortable. And then we're going to meet again and just sink this even deeper, like really get into it. Today's a really powerful day. Thursdays are powerful days for becoming new people and integrate. And also it's Rena's birthday. Yes. So I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Share this with your teams if you think it's going to help them. And I will see you all very, very, very soon in 15 minutes. Love you all. Thank you for being you. You're amazing. Oh my God, the world needs you.